Hello everybody. Today we are going to be reading our next book for our biography unit, and this one is called Whoosh, Ronnie Johnson's Super Soaking Stream of Inventions. It's by Chris Barton, illustrated by Don Tate. You know the Super Soaker. It's one of the top 20 toys of all time, and it was invented entirely by accident. So it's all about this inventor, engineer named Ronnie Johnson, and his invention. So, as I'm kind of getting everything loaded up here for you all, seeing that my explain everything just closed out on me. So I chose this book again, just because Ronnie Johnson is somebody that people don't really think a lot about. And you're going to see like his achievements, accomplishments. It wasn't big world-changing kinds of things where maybe like some of the other people that we've read about have done, especially like our last one, like with Cleopatra or anything. But his inventions have provided a lot of entertainment and a lot of fun, and that really, to me, in my opinion, is a really important thing. Without fun and that entertainment and enjoying yourself, well, that makes life really hard. That can make life really, really hard. So trying to find even just the little stuff to make life fun and entertaining is really important. And so, to me, Ronnie Johnson really did accomplish something and do really have a big achievement. And so we're going to get to learn about him today. Before we get into our book and looking at our graphic organizer, we're going to read our two goals today. So we're going to have a reading goal and a social studies goal. Remember, during this biography unit, with every lesson, we're going to always have two goals. So let's read our reading goal first at I can determine. Ready? I can determine the main idea of a text and key details for support. Remember that determine means to figure out. And we're going to be kind of looking at main idea and key details together. And we're going to be using the DLIQ organizer again. And that, we are going to be focusing really on the key details, the most important facts, but we also are kind of like focusing on those really big ones, which kind of are almost like the main idea. And we're going to be using this to do our social studies goal. So let's read it and I can explain. Ready? I can explain how specific or certain people, like Ronnie Johnson, have done important actions or things to help change the world around them in history. Look into those past events. So just want to make sure I'm not losing the book here. Now before we get into that book, we're just going to talk about this. Now you have already gone on to school and you have already opened Biography Lesson 7. Because you're watching this video right now. Remember, my Schoology page always looks different because I have everything on here ready to send to you. So we're going to be doing Biography Lesson 7, learning about people using a DLIQ graphic organizer. Mine looks different definitely because I don't have step 1. Remember, step 1 is to open this video and watch it, which you are doing. I just don't have it because I'm recording the video. But we are going to do step 2. Step 2, open this Biography DLIQ graphic organizer in Notability. In the top right corner, I'm going to hit my action button, the rectangle with an arrow. Going to send this off to Notability. Remember, you always hit Create New Note. In the top right corner, hit Import. Make sure I'm not losing my book here. Great. Okay, so Notability, first thing, always write your name. That way, when I'm looking through everyone's graphic organizers, I'll know whose is who. Okay, so the title of this is DLIQ Biography Graphic Organizer. And I'll talk about just what the DLIQ means. We can read our goal here again, though. And I can identify. Ready? I can identify key details to build background information about an important person. So we talked about this in the last one. Identify really is just another word for figure out, just like determine. And we really are going to be focusing on those key details. And those key details are those most important. Those are the most important things about somebody. And that will help us build that background information. And background information is information or ideas to help us get to know somebody. So on this organizer, it's split into two columns. One is question, one is ideas. So the questions are, what did you do? And that's where the D comes from for D-L-I-Q. Do. What did you learn? There's the L for D-L-I-Q. What was interesting? There's the I. And then the last one is what questions do we have at the end? Or really anytime during it. But so while we're reading this book, all about Ronnie Johnson, those are going to be the ideas that we're going to be thinking about. And what did you do? Really, what did you do is author's purpose. So were we entertained by the book? Did we learn something from the book? Like, were we informed? Or we learned something? Or were we persuaded? So that kind of goes back to the author's purpose of entertain, inform, or persuade. And inform really goes with learned. But yeah, so I'm just thinking about that. Gonna think about, okay, what did we learn? Well, that's really where the key details are. What are the big key details that we learned? What was interesting? That definitely is more just kind of your opinion. What was interesting to you? And again, at the bottom, the questions, what are just our wonderings? What are we wondering about? Okay, so those are the things you're going to think about as we are reading. And you're going to get into the book here. Whoosh.